Okay, hello, welcome back. I am Max's Slight, and this is my tutorial project for space engineers. Today we are going to look at hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen, very important gases in space engineers. They are used for filling bottles for your character. You use hydrogen bottles to refill your thrusters on your jetpack, on your suit. And you use oxygen for breathing in non-oxygen environments such as space, alien planet, Mars, etc., the moon, and so on. There are quite a few non-oxygen environments in space engineers, and you need oxygen to breathe. Your suit has a limited amount, and you can use bottles to top that up. You also use hydrogen to power one of the thrusters on ships, and there are three types of thrusters for ships, which we'll cover later on in the series. You can also make a pressurized oxygen environment where you don't need to use your suit's oxygen, such as a space station, a Mars station, a base, so on and so on, areas of your ship, most areas of your ship, if you want to walk around without using oxygen bottles for that. Now, all of those things require you to have the same systems in place that I'm about to show you now. The first thing we need to do is how to look at how to produce the gases. In order to produce these gases, we need to get something that's got hydrogen and oxygen in it. And we know that water is H2O. And the space engineers, there's a bit of a bugbear about not having water, but we've got ice. So mine yourself some ice, okay? And you need to build an oxygen generator. And welcome back. Sorry about that. You might notice a little cut in the edit there. I screwed up a little bit and hadn't quite set everything up properly. So for those of you who are very observant, you'll see that there was some stuff behind me which is now not there. That wasn't supposed to be there. Okay, where was I? You need to build an oxygen generator. To do this, you must unlock it. You just follow the progression tree. You do that in through the G menu. You've done. We've covered this before, and we will cover it again a few times. It's not highly important here. What you're looking for in the G menu is a O2 H2 generator. So if you type that in the search bar here, you will get your O2 generator. You drag that down onto your toolbar and you're ready to go. You can then place that, and if you notice, one second, you'll notice that the yellow panels on it, yeah? You see those yellow panels? There are one on each side and one on each end, okay? So we're going to place this like so. Okay, I messed up a little bit more. I'm still in creative mode when I was setting all this up. Well, you know, they happen. I'm not going to edit them because Space Engineers is about mistakes. You make mistakes and you learn, okay? So now, with the blocks in my inventory, I need to go and get some. So I need some computers, some motors, large port tubes, and conveyors. So we need computers, we need motors, components, and large steel tubes, right? Then make the thing. And this is it. This is the oxygen generator, the O2 generator. We access it by pressing your F, and you'll notice you have two panels here in the main body. On the left, by default, is other infantry, my inventory, selected with the character, and on the right is the block I'm looking at inventory, selected with the helmet that's highlighted there. If I select the box, it shows everything that's connected to this grid, okay, all the inventories. Again, across the top here is all the panels that we looked at in the K menu before. And from here, with it connected to the grid, I can control the control panel for everything, production for everything, the info, etc., etc. From any port, any interface port, you can control the whole base, anything connected to it, even other ships. Okay, so these are called ports. These panels, they highlight up, and you can use them. Okay, I will cover more about ports, etc. in different videos. Now, if we go into here, we can see that this inventory for the oxygen generator has got slightly different shaped icons. That's for the ice. Okay, you must put ice in there. Now, I'm going to just sort my bits and pieces out. And while I'm doing this, we need to actually think about storing the gases. Okay, so we've got hydrogen and oxygen. If we go to our G menu and we type in tank, okay, and that gives us a hydrogen and an oxygen tank. We drag those onto our toolbar as before, and we place the frames for them in the world. Now, if you look on the tank, it too has ports that highlight, yes, one on each end for the oxygen tank. So what we need to try and do is put them as lined up as possible with the ports lining up, right? And then we weld it up. So this one needs some more steel tubes and some large tubes. So let's grab those. Let's see. There we go. You may need to make a few trips to do this. Don't worry about it. It's what happens. This part of Space Engineers. You can only carry a certain amount, and most of the bigger blocks take a lot more than what you can carry. Okay, so that's the oxygen one done. Let's place the hydrogen tank. Again, if you look at the hydrogen tank, it has ports on 4 sides, so we try and line up one of those ports with the oxygen generator. Okay, and we chuck everything in, and it needs more steel, more. Okay, so we get all the components, we fill it in. Simple as that. Now, what we need to worry about is connecting these two up, right? Because they're facing each other, but they're not connected. I'll show you how to do that now. What we've got to do is pipe this in. So we go into our G menu again, and we type in connector. What? Have we not got the connector pipes? Hang on, we might not have the connector pipes. Give me a second. We go through the progression tree. And I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to unlock it in the progression tree, and I'll be right back. And I am back. I do apologize about that because I'm running different game saves to sort all these videos out. On this one, I hadn't progressed far enough. So I've done it now. It's very quick. You have to build a cargo container in order to have these pipes. Now, the pipes. You go in the G menu and you type in conveyor, and you get all these, or CONs enough, and you get the cargo containers, and this is the one you're looking for. Okay, you do not need this one. This is small conveyor tube, right? You're looking for conveyor tube, not small, with a plus sign on it. You drag that one down onto your bar, and then you can use them. Okay, and you can see the image, right? That is a straight pipe. Now, because it's got the plus sign on it, you can use the mouse wheel to scroll through. There are 3 different blocks on this one block that you can scroll through. That's a straight pipe. Okay, just a straight connecting pipe. That is an elbow corner pipe, which you can see connects as a corner. And that one is a very special one because it's called a conveyor junction, and you can connect into it on all 6 sides. So let's now pipe in our tanks to our generator. Some of you probably will figure this out. What we've got to do is connect up the port. So we've got the yellow port there from the tank to the yellow port there on the hydrogen generator, on oxygen hydrogen generator. It's a straight connector. Bang. Let's put the straight connector in. If we point at the floor, it will try and make a connection to the floor. If we point at the generator, it will make a connection to the generator. Okay, so look at the generator, see the pipe ghost image, place the frame by using your left click, and then you just weld it up. Okay, easy, right? Now, each connection you're going to make, each pipe work is going to be completely different due to size of blocks, location, etc., etc. Because now I can't use a straight connector. Look, I cannot use a straight connector here because the port's up there and the port's down there. So what do? You find the elbow one, you look at the tank. Remember, it's important to look at what you're trying to connect to, and you look at the generator. And now look, I've made a S kind of shaped pipe, and we weld those up. Okay, so if you look at the lights on the corner of these pipes here, they've all gone green. Okay, green indicates that you have a good connection at both ends of that section of pipe. Okay, so a conveyor or an output-input is considered a good connection, right? If they are red, that means there's not a good connection at one end of the pipe, and if they are yellow, that means there's not enough power. And if they're off, that means there's no power. Okay, we now have connected up 2 gas tanks and an oxygen generator, right? So what do we do now? Well, what we do now is start producing. One second, I need to go. I'm looking at my script to see where I am, because I want to cover it properly in the script as well. Okay. Now we're going to have to use our jetpack to get up here. We need to put the actual ice in here, okay? So we find the port, we open it up, and as you see in my inventory, I have some ice, and I'm going to drag that and drop it. Now you can notice that that ice number is going down rapidly, okay? That's supposed to happen. Don't worry, okay? Now if I go to control panel, type in tank, okay, you can see that the oxygen tank is filling. Okay, the hydrogen tank is not. Why is that not filling? Okay, so they should both be filling. It might wait. It might fill the hydrogen first, the oxygen first. That doesn't make sense. So this is part of the thing with space engineers. You need to double check everything, okay? And if it doesn't work, like this one isn't, we can tell the oxygen's working, but the hydrogen tank isn't. Okay? Why is that not working? It should be. We might have a bad connection. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the connector around. And this is part of it in Space Engineers, is you've got to find, troubleshoot, okay? So like I said, on that situation, we were not getting hydrogen into our tank. So you've got to go through a process of elimination. Why is this not working? Okay. Is the tank fully built? Yes. Is it powered? Yes, it should be because it's on the base. Is the connection right? Yes. Okay, so why is that doing that then? Give me a second. Let's make sure everything is switched to me. Sometimes you need to look at the ownership of things, okay? And that's something we'll look at later on. But no, that is still... Is that now empty? It is. Okay. I think I fixed the problem. So what I need to do in order to test it is grab some more ice. So I'm gonna, instead of mining it all up, I'm gonna go into here and I'm gonna spawn some ice in with the admin tools. Okay, just because I don't want to go mine a bunch more up. Now we put that in there again. We go to control panel. We look at tank. And there we go. The hydrogen tank is filling. Okay? Like I said, sometimes things don't work. Right? And in that case, for some reason, that connector didn't want to work. It doesn't make any sense why that would be. But sometimes, for whatever reason, it just didn't want to work. It was showing green lights. It was maybe been an ownership problem. It was probably more to do with the ownership. Who owns things so that they can talk to each other. But we figured it out. Okay, and now we've got gas going into these tanks. You can see by the little, also see by the little green lights on the outside. They will fill up a little bit as the tank fills up. Okay, so this one is filling rapidly. It's got 500,000 maximum capacity. Something I wanted to show you. Okay, you go into the control panel, find your tank. Down here on the bottom right, it shows you how much is filled. Now on the left, it's how much you have in there, 41,816 litres. And on the right is the maximum capacity, which is 500,000 litres. Okay? So that 7,000 ice barely scratched this hydrogen tank. All right? Now, we've done all this clever work, okay? And we need to know how we can use these gases, okay? So what we need is empty bottles. Okay, and now if we look in my inventory, I've got a full oxygen, a full hydrogen. But I have an empty hydrogen bottle there. So we need to fill that. And what we do is we go again, we find the port, we open the port, and we go to this here, connected inventories, to everything on the ship or station there, and we find the tank. Okay, hydrogen tank, there it is. We can drag that and drop it on there. Okay, give me a second, and it should fill up. Again, something's not happening, so we got to figure it out. Then we go hydrogen, we go to the tank, we go down the bottom, and we can put auto refill. We can fill that bottle, check that mark there, right? Once that's checked, you'll find that it will fill up any empty bottle that you attach to this inventory. Okay, let me show you that. So the idea, again, you've got to keep your wits about you, because in Space Engineers, the biggest problem is when thing is not building something that works, okay? Because that's easy. It's fixing something that doesn't work. And quite often you'll find that you've not done something. I've played nearly 3,000 hours in this game, and I still forget to connect a thing, or put a thing in the right place, or turn it around the wrong way. So don't panic. If you make mistakes, go through it on a piece-by-piece basis, and you'll be able to, by process of elimination, find out what is wrong with your system. Now, watch. The hydrogen tank is on auto refill. Straight away, that hydrogen tank is now full. Okay? So that's it. Really, that's how to use and make gases in Space Engineers. There are going to be thrusters that we can use with the hydrogen, but we'll talk about that when we talk about building ships, etc., etc. But congratulations, guys. Right now, you now have learned how to produce both oxygen and hydrogen gases, how to store them in the tanks, and how to conveyor up. Now, conveying up is a skill. Now, I've done it this way because in the next video, we're going to be talking about automation. And that's a lot to do with conveying up. Okay? But for now, it's big love from the Big Brit. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Ta-da.